$25 for Mega Man 03. Saying day 3, $25 more. Shout out to the entire speedrun community. Making the world a better place with your donations. Keep them coming. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much. Alrighty, so let's get it going. We're going to keep on rolling with our next ninja game. And right back.
Looks like I am live. Awesome. Thank you, Retro Gaming Live, for putting this event on. Welcome, everyone. I am Dishana. I'm going to be leading you a little bit more into the Ninja block. That was an awesome run by JKL. I've never seen Ninja Gaiden on the Game Gear, but that was super cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the Messenger in particular upcoming, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be playing some Ninja Gaiden here on the NES. I'm not a particularly great runner at this game, but I do enjoy it, so hopefully we'll have some fun. Thanks everybody so far for donating your time, your efforts, your money into this event. That's for an awesome cause, so I'm glad to see we're making some money, and I really hope we can get to that 3K goal here before the end of the weekend. Alright, so those of you who don't know, who haven't played Ninja Gaiden before, this is considered one of the more difficult games of the NES, and with good reason. When you take a knockback in this game, you do get some invincibility frames, but much less than you'd expect. And oftentimes the enemies are placed such that as soon as that invincibility frames are done, you've been knocked back into the bad guys to take another hit. So it's kind of needlessly cruel. But we're going to take advantage of the weapon you just saw me delete that boss with, the Spin Slash. It has a fun feature where every frame that you are in collision with an enemy while spinning, you will deal a damage. And since the NES, at least an NA, runs at 60 FPS, that means we're dealing 60 points of damage every second that we're in contact with an enemy. So pretty much just walk through the game. There's one level where we don't get to use it, but every other level we're going to try and take full advantage of having this ability. So the way the Spin Slash works, when you press your attack button while jumping, if you have 5 Ninpo, Ryu will spin and use the ability. So you'll see me sometimes, like here, I'm attacking in midair but not using the Spin Slash. You have to press down and attack at the same time to do that. It's the same way that we will kill the last bosses. The pressing down while attacking in midair cancels the animation and allows you to keep going. Here we're going to use the star to just clear out all the enemies, walk on through this stage here. I'm going to be taking some marathon safe strats for some of these levels, so don't expect to see world record level or anything like that, but we are going to try and make it through the game pretty quick. So we're going to come up here and try and take a damage boost off this bat. Went a little bit backwards, but that's fine. We're going to be grabbing Spin Slash again here after we lost it, and then we're just going to spin our way to the last boss of this stage, hopefully. Sometimes Ninja Gaiden decides to be mean, and that's most of the time. Alright, we made it. So we want to have exactly 10 Ninpo, which is what we have. We're going to jump and spin into this guy, and then spin again. Easy work. Then we're going to move on to what's possibly my favorite level in the game. I call it the Bob Ross level. It's this nice scenic picture here with the happy little trees in the back, happy little lake. I love it. Alright, so for this level, what we're going to try and do is just hold right as best we can, throw a star at this moment, pick the Art of the Fire Wheel, because stage 3 is the only stage in the game where we do not get Spin Slash. So we're going to make do with Art of the Fire Wheel instead. Move on here into the Cotton Candy stage. At least that's what I hear it called. To me it looks more like ice cream, but taking out these guys and just kind of moving on through. Oh, sometimes. Anybody who's familiar with this game is aware, every once in a while, your sword just doesn't work. My understanding is that it has something to do with how the game loads tile sets. And so since the screen is scrolling and it needs to load stuff, on the right side of the screen while you're running through the level, if those tiles that it's loading happen to load in the same frame that you're attacking, your sword just doesn't work. Kind of weird. But, alright, we'll move on to the third boss here. I'm going to be taking a pretty slow kill where I mostly just throw Art of the Fire Wheel at their feet. It's pretty quick, but nowhere near as quick as what's known as the standard kill. If you want to see what that looks like, please go check out the Retro Runner or Arcus in their top tier runs. They get it every time. I think the name standard kill is a little disingenuous, but it is really cool to see. All right, moving on here to stage 4, jungle level. This is going to be the first instance where I'm going to take a marathon safe strat. Normally you'd boost off this bat here, but if it goes wrong, you die. And anything is faster than dying. So we'll go under, nice and easy. Missed the damage boost there. Try and get some quick climbs here. While you're climbing the ladders in this game, you are not moving particularly fast, and it's actually faster to jump off and then as quickly as you can head back into the ladder, because Ryu's jumping speed is much faster than his climbing speed. This level, probably my favorite song in the game. If you go watch the Retro Runner when he runs this game, he's the world record holder for any percent. He has a nice little song that goes along. He's got lyrics, very amusing. I'm not going to try and sing it because that would, I don't want to make a fool of myself. I'm going to try to take a damage boost here in the next room. And then mash the button so I don't walk into a pit. Stage 4 is pretty important to not die here because there is no backup spin slash. The boss isn't impossible or even particularly difficult if you don't have it. It's just a lot slower, so we'll do our best to stay alive here. I'm going to want to jump over this guy, use his bullets if we can, or we can die. That's a marathon run for you. We're trying to boost over there, so we'll get it this time. Come up here, kill this cannon, jump over this guy successfully, and then we can ride this bullet and boost up into the next room. Okay, this room, most runners will go up the left side. I like going on the right. It feels a little safer to me. So we'll come in here to 4th. Try and mash out as much damage as we can before he jumps. Only one of these two actually takes damage. That's the one that you start next to. Yeah, a lot slower than the spin slash. When you have spin slash for this boss, all you do is jump and attack and he dies. It's very satisfying. And I always joke it's the hardest boss in the game when I get to it. Alright, moving into stage 5. This is the one that I think kills most people's casual runs of this game if they manage to get here, because it's very cruel. There's so many enemies, so many pits to fall into, but luckily we know speedrun strats. Again, not that I'm particularly good at them, they still make the game easier even when you're not particularly good. There is a way to bait this bird into giving you another boost back here, but we're just going to kill it. Oh no, taking hits. Cool. 5-2 here is where we're going to pick up spin slash again, make sure that we have it for the boss. If we die here though, we won't have it. If we move on to 5-3 without it, just got to do 5-3 without it. Try and conserve some Nimpo here. The bird, so mean. Take some damage boosts here to make sure we don't die. And we got a health coming up here, so I'm not too concerned about only having 4. A couple of ways to approach this drop here. I'm going to take it nice and safe. There is a way to get a damage boost off that bird there, but unfortunately, it's a lot more difficult than a lot of the tricks that I'm able to pull off regularly. Alright, 5-3. This stage has a lot of pits for you to fall into. And if you don't go through with the exact, like, the speedrun route, these ninjas flying through the air can be a real hassle. I'm going to try and get a boost here into the next room. I was a little bit too slow there. Make sure that bird doesn't kill us. And since I don't have a lot of nimpo, I'll just throw that out and do this the low % way. Well, that bird cooperated and despawned himself. That was helpful. Coming up here to the stage 5 boss. This is another one of the hardest bosses in the game, especially if you have spin slash. It's very difficult to know what to do. Oh look, he died. Oops. Alright, this pit will kill you, so of course you have to jump over it while your timer's running out, or else your run doesn't really count. Alright, on to stage 6. This one, it feels very good. It's very satisfying once you learn all of these enemy placements and just how to walk through it. If you do it wrong, or one thing starts to mess up, it can get real painful. Shout out to Seamless Link, Ninja Gaiden speedrunner, helped me figure out this screen. I had the hardest time figuring it out until he came in and gave me some tips. Also, while I'm mentioning him, the whole Ninja Gaiden speedrun community, amazing people. If you have any interest in running Ninja Gaiden games, check out their Discord. You can find it in most of the Ninja Gaiden SRC pages. Awesome people. Alright, taking some knockback there. Not what we want. I'm going to be taking this boost slow. Normally you would climb up the left side of that wall, but we're not doing that today. Coming up on the hallway of hell. This is probably the hardest room in the game casually, but if you have spin slash and know what you're doing, much like the rest of this run, not too bad. Right, damage boost into the room. What we're going to do here, we're going to try and get a slower than optimal, but still pretty quick boost into 6-3. This is the last section of the game. However, the reason that I've still got a bit of buffer room for myself in my estimate, if you die on the last bosses in this game, you start all the way back at 6-1 instead of 6-3 like you would anywhere else in the game. It almost just feels like the developers were out to get any players who got this far. It's cruel. So hopefully we don't have to deal with that, but just as a heads up, if you do die on the last bosses, you have to start all the way over. But, caveat to that, if you get to, say, Jackio or the Demon, and die and have to start over, you can walk into those fights with Spin Slash, which normally you cannot do, and we'll make quick work of them. Which is pretty satisfying, I have to say. Alright, here we come into the last 3 bosses of the game. First one is super difficult, as you can see. Even without Spin Slash, you just sit there and mash him. Not too bad. Now, here's the actual game. We've started the real game. I did not do very good there on my attacks. So the idea is you want to get at least a couple of hits on him every time before he reaches your edge and then on his way out. The ideal kill involves coming here to the middle and attacking him while he's going both left and right, but that's far above my skill level, so we're not seeing that today. All right, moving on to the Demon. Gonna aim for 3 jumps to get his head. Perfect. And then I'm going to be a coward for a marathon safe, and we're just going to kill the tail, make sure it's out of our way, and then we stab at the heart until it dies. Hopefully the shrimps aren't mean. Check my timer. We're coming up on time here. And time. 13:51, not too bad. I will definitely take that with it's not so great performance, but really appreciate the GGs and everything. And once again, RGL TV Retro Gaming, thank you for putting this event on. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here and help out. All the runners who came before and all the runners that are coming after me, you guys are awesome. This is a fantastic event, and I'm super proud to be a part of it. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the messenger block. What I'm looking forward to most upcoming is, or not the messenger, the ninja block, and I'm looking forward to the messenger. If you can, please donate $1, $5. It's really going to a good cause. So yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Back to the admins. Hope all of you have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy the marathon.